Good evening, everybody. The Music Fan is back, bringing smiles to the faces, knowledge to the people, and most importantly, music to the masses. And I am back with another 5-minute theory, where I teach you something about music in 5 minutes or less. Now, as you can see, I have a keyboard out, and the reason for that is we are going to now look into notes rather than rhythms. And what better way of teaching you than by going by keyboard? So this is mirror image. This is still a C, even though it's backwards. So hopefully you can see that. And if you do have any problems, let me know. I'll try to fix it in the next video. But let's start the timer and get going. So tonight we are talking about note recognition. Now in European and Western music, we have 7 letters in the musical alphabet. Those being A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Then going back to A. Usually we start it on C because it's a nice middle point. So it would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now from there, we do have more than just those 7 notes though. The reason those for being is most of our music is based on half steps and whole steps. A half step being the next closest note up or down. So if I was at C, this is the next closest up and the next closest down. Whole step is 2 half steps. So if I was to go up 2 half steps, you have, and 2 half steps down, that's that. One way of seeing it is 1, 2 half steps, 1, 2 half steps. These half steps and whole steps are used to create what we call scales, which are the way of getting from one note to the next note above or below, which are called octaves. This is an octave, this is also an octave. That's the biggest distance between one note and the next note above or below. From there, we use those half steps and whole steps to create the scales, and because of this, we can't always be using just 7 notes because we need more than that. The idea of the sound of this scale sounds different from, and if we only had 7 notes, then we wouldn't be able to fill out the scales that we need. So from there, we also have a couple of other notes that are either what we call sharp or flat. Sharp is going 1 half step above or to the right. So for example, if I did C, I would go C sharp next. D would be D sharp, F would be F sharp, G would be G sharp, and A would be A sharp. Flats are to the left or below. So I would be going 1 half step down. So for example, B would be B flat, A would be A flat, G would be G flat, E would be E flat, and D would be D flat. Now as you can also see, some of these notes are the same note but have 2 different spellings. So for example, C, C sharp. But if I also go a half step down from D, that is D flat. It is the same note but just a different spelling, which we call enharmonic notes. There are 5 main ones, being C sharp D flat, D sharp E flat, F sharp G flat, G sharp A flat, and A sharp B flat. There are also some other enharmonic notes that are less common. Those examples are C being also B sharp, B also being C flat, E being F flat, and F being E sharp. The reason for those is because they already have a note that is more commonly named and therefore wouldn't really be used. The only time you would use those are in certain scales. The last quick thing I want to say is we only use 7 notes in most scales, but there is one scale that uses all these notes, that being the chromatic scale. But usually, in a scale, you would only use 1 of each of the alphabet. So, I'll be showing you guys that later, but that is my time. And next week we're going to be going more over the distances. So we already talked about half step and whole step, but we're going to now go over the more distances in between an octave, which will probably take 2 videos because I want to talk about not just the steps, but also common notes or common ideas that will help you get these steps in your mind. But that is my time for now. If you do have any questions about the notes in the Western and European music, or any comments or any questions or comments about future topics that you would like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. Like this video if you find this interesting or has helped you out in any sort of way. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. That's the biggest thing that you can do. That way I know that you enjoy what I do, but also want to see more of what I do. And just keep on watching my videos. So I'll be back next week with another 5-minute theory. Until then, this is the Music Fan, and I am signing off.